Clean it out or sell as is. The financial mistake that most families make. That's our topic today. We'll get started right after this. When someone inherits a home, oftentimes their first thought is that the financial value of the personal property is going to lead to some gain for the estate. Things like furniture, collectibles, maybe even artwork, may have some resale value, but it's not the most valuable part of the estate. In fact, the process of getting these items sold can actually cost the estate more than the actual most important and most valuable asset. Hi, I'm Ashley Rivera with Probate and Trust Help. We're a real estate company in San Diego that helps executors, administrators, and trustees through the preparation, marketing, and sale of their loved one's home. In most estates, the most valuable item is actually the home itself. Even if the condition is poor, the value of that property is going to well exceed the value of any of the personal property. The location, the condition of the home, and the current market is what's going to determine the price of that property. However, in San Diego, even the lowest priced properties are still worth more than all the items located inside the home, unless for some reason there is some unusual item that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Another reason that we wanted to make this video is because there are a lot of hidden costs associated with selling the personal property in an estate. Let me give you an example. We recently had a client who had a property that had a lot of personal items, and as a whole, all of the beneficiaries decided that they wanted to do a garage sale. They took the time to sort through all of the personal property, which took them several days. They took everything out into the garage and prepared it at tables. They sorted, they divided things up, and then they placed price tags on all of these items. Obviously, you're reselling personal property that belonged to someone else, so it's not going to sell at new item values. It's going to sell below that. And when you have a garage sale, people are going to bargain and they're going to purchase things at an even lower discounted rate. What ended up happening for this particular client is that they had one garage sale, then they had a garage sale the next day, then they decided that they hadn't sold enough items, so they continued to have garage sales for 2 more weeks. During this time, the property was sitting, waiting to have repairs completed, to have assessments done so that the repairs could be started, and to have all of these preparation items like cleaning and staging taken care of. Instead, the property sat, which meant that the mortgage payments were still coming and still needed to be paid. And so the cost of those mortgage payments, if you think about them realistically, right? You typically make a mortgage payment once a month, but every single day is costing you money. Every single day you are having to pay a monetary value for that home to just sit. And the longer it waits, the more mortgage payments you're making, the more insurance payments you're making, the more electrical bills you're having to pay, water bills, etc. And these numbers can add up significantly. The cost of these items well exceeded the value of the personal property being sold at the garage sales. And so in the end, our clients were actually losing money through this process. Another piece to consider is the emotional cost of having to go through all of your loved one's personal belongings. Yes, you should go through their personal belongings and select the things that you want to keep and look through memories like photo albums and share with the other beneficiaries in those moments. But you should also know that placing a price tag on each individual item that belonged to your loved one is very challenging, and the emotional piece of that is not worth the cost to the estate. You'll also find that when you have to go through each individual item, the timeline that you expect is typically not going to be what is reality. It's always going to take longer. There's going to be delays through that process because you're going through the entire collection that your loved one has gathered over the years. This delay also delays the sale of the property, which means you're still incurring those other monetary costs. Bills are still coming in. So let's talk about some of the more efficient ways to consider what to do with the personal property inside the home. You could choose to donate items. You could choose to have an estate sale if the property within the home is worth enough for an estate sale to be completed. Or you could have a cleanout company come in and give a bid to take everything inside the home. And this includes things like trash, valuables, whatever it may be, they'll give you a bid to take everything. Sometimes it's a cost to the estate, and sometimes they will offer a monetary value to the estate for everything within. If you're finding this of value, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell button. That way you're notified of our weekly videos. So let's break down the different options. Donation is a great option if you know that your loved one had specific items that they would like to have be donated somewhere. We don't recommend it as a solution for everything within a property because a lot of donation companies won't take certain items, especially now. Things like older furniture or trash obviously are not going to be things that you're going to be able to take to a donation company. They're going to want the smaller items, things that are easily movable. And when you get rid of those items, it also decreases the general value for an estate sale or a cleanout company to come in. When it comes to an estate sale company, you're going to want to get at least 1 or 2 bids. And the reason we recommend this is because every estate sale works a little differently, and you want to make sure that you read through the contracts. There has to be some value to the estate. So if an estate sale company is coming in, looking at the entire property and telling you, hey, I can't make enough money for this to be of value to you, you should probably listen to them because probably they're not going to be able to sell it and make you money, which means another estate sale company may not be able to make you money as well. The final option, which is a cleanout company, they will come in and they will take everything, like I said before, anything that's of value and anything that potentially needs to be taken to the dump or is trash. The great thing about this is you end up with an empty property. And an empty property looks bigger and is easier to clean. It also will cost less to have cleaned. So that particular method is going to be a great option if an estate sale is not an option for you. Remember that the goal is not to maximize the value of each individual personal property item. The goal is to focus on the bigger picture, the sale of the property. That's where the true value is for the estate. We want you to remember that this process doesn't have to be rushed, but there is a timetable that you kind of want to focus on. If you feel like there are personal property items that the family needs to go through and make decisions about what they're going to keep and what they're going to let go of, that is totally reasonable and fine, and you should take the time to do that. The emotional needs of the beneficiaries and yourself as the personal representative are important in this process. You just want to remember to balance the emotional decisions with the financial benefits to the estate. If you're just beginning this process, you might be wondering, what do I do next? Well, we recommend that looking at the bigger picture is what really is going to help you to get through this process smoothly. Hiring a real estate team like us to help guide you through the entire process is hugely of value, and they can help you to make the decisions that are necessary. A lot of times an experienced real estate team can look at the personal property and tell you whether or not they believe that an estate sales company will actually be able to do anything with that home. They may be able to take pictures and send it to the companies as opposed to having to schedule for them to come in and look at all the personal property, which a lot of times can be helpful as well. They can also meet estate sales companies and cleanout companies if for some reason you live out of the area and you want to get this process moving forward quickly. If you still need clarity with how to handle your loved one's personal property, please leave a comment in the comment section below. We're happy to help you think through the scenarios that are best for you and the estate. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button. If you're farther along in this process and you're wondering what happens after you accept an offer, check out the link in the description box below.